Hey guys, it's Michael. Welcome back to Michael in the Morning. Today is Tuesday, August 11th, 2020, and this is your second stimulus check and second stimulus package update. We have a lot of very important information to go over on the timeline of the second stimulus package because the House is leaving to go home and they don't have any votes planned until September 14th. We're also going to go over the $400 per week unemployment benefits that President Trump passed in his executive orders and how some people may only receive $300 per week. And finally, we're going to go over how on Monday, governors, lawmakers, mayors, and teachers kept pushing Congress members to pass a second stimulus package and to get back into relief talks. But before we get started, it would really mean a lot to me if you could like the video down below and subscribe to my channel so I could keep you up to date on the second stimulus check and second stimulus package. Also, don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below, and get $5 immediately when you download the Acorns investment app as well. So, Democratic governors were harshly critical of President Trump's executive orders that he passed on Saturday. But on top of this, even Republican governors said the order could strain their budgets, and they were worried it would take weeks for tens of millions of unemployed Americans to begin seeing the benefits and begin seeing the payments hit their bank account. In his executive order for unemployment benefits, President Trump passed a $400 per week unemployment benefit. The way it would work is that the federal government would spend $300 and the states would provide $100 for each person. However, the one issue with this was that it was contingent upon the states spending $100 per person. So if the states couldn't spend the $100, then people in that state would not be receiving any money at all. That is how it is written up in the executive order. Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York told reporters on Monday that President Trump's order would cost his state about $4 billion by the end of the year, making it little more than a fantasy and impossible to implement. He said that no New Yorker would see the enhanced unemployment benefits because the president is requiring the state to pay $100 for every person each week. Cuomo goes on to say that this only makes a bad situation worse. He said, when you're in a hole, stop digging. The executive order only digs the hole deeper that they are currently in. His comments were echoed by Governor Andy Beshear of Kentucky, a Democrat like Mr. Cuomo, who said President Trump's order would cost his state $1.5 billion through the end of the year, and how it's not workable in its current form. It's something virtually no state can afford. He goes on to explain how no states can afford to pay the $100 per week for each unemployed person, and if that is what President Trump's executive order requires, then basically no one will be receiving these additional benefits. However, there is good news here, because according to reports from the Labor Department and Treasury Secretary Mnuchin, they said that people will still be able to receive money from the $400 per week unemployment benefits that President Trump passed in this executive order. Mnuchin said that states could provide $300 a week in federal funds for unemployed workers without adding their own $100 in funds, even though the initial plan released on Saturday had envisioned a total payment of $400 per week, contingent on states paying $100. So this is good news because it's not requiring states to pay any additional money, which means people will still be able to receive these benefits. If states had to pay the $100, then virtually no one would get these additional unemployment benefits. But now people could at least receive $300 per week or $1,200 per month in these unemployment benefits. And for a timeline on when you can expect to start receiving these payments, Mnuchin in yesterday's interview, he said that he believes states could start rolling out additional federal unemployment benefits within the next 2 weeks. Trump said at a news briefing that we don't have to make states pay the $100 for unemployment benefits, so he says it'll depend on the individual state how much you receive. People in some states will receive $400 per week if their states can afford to pay that additional $100, and states where they can't afford to pay the extra money, those people who are unemployed will receive $300 per week. So basically that is what the Labor Department said, and this is really good news because even if your state can't afford to pay the additional $100 per week because they don't have enough money in their budget, people will still be able to receive the boosted unemployment benefits. On Monday, governors, lawmakers, mayors, and teachers said that they're going to keep pushing members of Congress to revive talks on the next relief bill. A New Hampshire governor, who is a Republican, said in a statement that Congress and the White House made a commitment to the governors that there would be a second round of relief for states. He said, "We are going to hold their feet to the fire until they uphold that commitment, and they're going to keep pushing Congress to come to an agreement soon." In addition to this, New Jersey governor, who is a Democrat, urged Congress to restart negotiations, boost jobless benefits back to $600 per week, and immediately provide more aid for state and local governments. He goes on to explain, let's be clear about something. States are going broke and millions of Americans are unemployed, yet the solution called for states to create a new program in Trump's executive orders. He says they simply can't afford without more money provided to state and local governments. Finally, House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer announced Monday that the House would not hold any votes until September 14th, though members will remain on a 24-hour notice to return to Washington in case a second stimulus deal can be reached. Hoyer said in a statement, "I continue to urge Republicans to work with us to take immediate action to provide desperately needed relief during this pandemic before we can begin the August district work period." Late last month, House leaders canceled their traditional August recess, and they said that the chamber would remain in session in anticipation of a deal. However, a deal has not been reached yet, and because of this, President Trump passed the 4 executive orders on Friday. The 4 executive orders were unemployment benefits, $400 per week, student loan relief and loan forgiveness, halting evictions, and deferring payroll taxes. Those are the 4 things, and because of this, negotiations have come to a standstill in Congress. So right now, House Majority Leaders said that they have no plans to vote until September 14th, but they are on a 24-hour notice. So if top officials, which would be Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Stephen Mnuchin, and Mark Meadows, if they can come to an agreement on the second stimulus package, then House representatives are ready to come back and vote on the package as soon as something is proposed. Anyways, that's just a quick update on what is going on with the second stimulus check and second stimulus package. Good news with the $400 per week unemployment benefits that President Trump passed in his executive orders, because if states can't afford to pay that additional $100, you'll still be able to receive $300 per week with these benefits. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below, and get $5 immediately when you download the Acorns investment app as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video down below, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.